Hey guys, this is Martin and welcome to another video. Today I want to show you some vulnerabilities around prompt injection when it comes to these coding assistants. So for sure you have heard about wipe coding and using AI to write your code and things like that. And so two of the most popular ones, or well, actually three of the most popular ones out there are GitHub Copilot, Cursor, and Windsurf. And they all kind of suffer from the same problem in terms of prompt injection. So what I want to do is first of all talk a little bit about there is certain like instruction files, right? Like so for example, the a lot of developers or a lot of repos for the sakes may have like a file like Copilot instructions, which you can customize and where you can basically say like, hey, I'm developing XYZ and make sure that certain things are being observed, like that best practices around HTML or JavaScript or whatnot are being followed, right? And Cursor basically has the same concept. So Cursor just calls this like HTML. They call this like an MDC file, which is nothing but like an instruction file, like a seed file, which assists you in your coding endeavors, right? And for example, the content of such a file could say like follow HTML best practices or something like that, right? And this is basically very risky because these files can have prompt injections. Now, these prompt injections can be like super visible, that it's just like text, as I will show in my example here, or these prompt injections could be like invisible, like ASCII, Unicode, text, and stuff like that, which makes it even more dangerous, right? And then, so you can read this up, like Cursor has like documentation on this, but also there is like predefined like for both Cursor and for GitHub Copilot and for Windsurf, there's like these predefined files, right, which are out there on the internet, and people put them together, and it's kind of instructions to the AI, like around development style and things like this, right? And so the danger is really that developers may just go out there to GitHub or to any of these public sites and download these files without thinking, right? And so if there is a visible prompt injection in there, they might see that, but it's also not 100%, right? But usually these attacks would come as invisible attacks or like Unicode characters and things like that, and then it can get bad really quick. So what I want to show you is basically I have here Visual Studio Code and I have Copilot in there, right? And what I want to show you is like, this is just a basic repo, right? Which I downloaded. It's like a local chatbot. And as you can see this here, so this is the code. Basically it's written in Python and stuff like that. So there's nothing special in there. But what I have here is a .github directory, and then within that .github directory, there is like something called Copilot instructions. And if we take a look at these Copilot instructions, I put a prompt injection in there, right? And so it says like, hi, I'm the hacker, and then 2 new lines, and then immediately followed by this markdown, which is like trying to trick the user to get effectively a sign-in link or something like this. And I just put this to my website, to AI security expert, and a Chinese flag at the end, right? And then, so you can get creative with this, like what you put in there. But as I said, you would normally probably not do this in plain text, like if you do an engagement or if you try to look for those vulnerabilities, you would take this, put it into an ASCII Unicode converter or something, and then you would paste that in, because chances are the model will read those, and then the model will be thrown off track, right? And so I want to just show you real quick like how this looks in action. So if you come over here, and then you have like these shortcuts, like you can say add workspace, and then / explain. So I want just like an explanation of the whole repo here, and I run this, and you see it will be taking into account here shortly the seed files. Like it uses 2 references, right? and it uses the instructions, and it uses the actual chat GPT, or the actual chat over here. And then you immediately see like, hey, it has been thrown off track. It starts off with, hi, I'm a hacker, puts an evil emoji. Then it has the sign-in link. And a user might now click on the sign-in link. Now, GitHub Copilot fixed the problem that this is no longer like automated. Like if I click it, you actually need to confirm it, right? Like, so this is like an additional security step that, hey, you want to actually go there. But people might as well click on it and think like, hey, this is AI generated, I trust this and stuff like that. And you see like it's very small, but it put like the Chinese flag next to it, as I said. And then in the end, it will say like, Martin was here, trust no AI. So this basically shows you that the prompt injection was successful. And this is just like a plain indirect prompt injection without any other, like precautions to actually hide the prompt or something like this. But as I said, like you would do this in an engagement, you would practically try to use Unicode or invisible characters in their respect. And that's super dangerous, right? Like, because people will go out and they will download like from these repositories I've shown you earlier, like the best practice files and stuff like that. And if it's invisible, it's very dangerous, like not to be spotted at all. And then this could have super high consequences for any of your for any of your development projects and stuff. So this is just an example again on prompt injection. I hope this makes sense, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.